This Alté.
I'm an Alté.
Alté.
Alternative music.
I most likely come across this word before as a Nigerian multiple times on social media. It's sometimes used when someone dresses in an orthodox way, at least to Nigerians. You know, Nigerians can be close-minded generally. Things like piercings, crop tops, baggy clothing, skinny clothing, mini skirts, maxi skirts. Basically, any attempt to style yourself outside the confines of what people are used to. Any clue that if you wear it, that woman in your area that doesn't know how to mind her business, she'll start giving you free advice. That's Alté. This word is not only restricted to social media, sha. People also use it in real life. You see people calling music Alté, fashion Alté, parties Alté, even other people Alté. How can a word encompass so many different things? What does Alté even mean, Seth? Alté, according to Wikipedia, means individualistic and non-traditional modes of self-expression through music and fashion. This definition seems very vague, as a lot of things can fall under non-traditional modes of self-expression. I mean, people have been going against the normal since time. That's how a lot of music and fashion genres across the world were formed. Alté stands out a lot though, because anything can be Alté as far as it is not accepted widely by Nigerians. So how did this Alté start, Seth? In the early 2010s, three rappers, Borge, Tizzy, and Fresh L, collectively known as Gidi, are credited on Wikipedia and other articles I saw as the pioneers of the term Alté to describe music. In an interview, Tizzy said Alté started as a lifestyle before the music back in the late 2000s. People who were fed up by the conservative and rigid ways of Nigeria started expressing themselves in their own various creative ways, drawing inspiration from anywhere and everywhere, even YTK old Nollywood movies. It was around 2016 to 2017, with the emergence of artists like Santi, Odunsi the Engine, Amare, Lady Donley, and the aforementioned Gidi, that Alté as a music genre started blossoming. I asked a lot of people, read multiple articles, and watched multiple videos, and I managed to compile a list of 10 essential Alté projects to listen to. They are Madi and the Jungle by Santi, Rare by Odunsi, Love is War by Pretty Boy D.O., Enjoy Your Life by Lady Donley, Sweetness by Obangaja and SARS, Palm Wine Express by Show Them Camp, Summer Breeze by Tewa, Pioneers by Gidi, Roots by The Cavemen, and Angel You Don't Know by Amari. I listened to all of them, so here are my thoughts on them. So I'm going to rank these projects in 3 categories: good, great, and all-time classics. Yes, so you heard me right. I didn't think there were any bad or mediocre projects in this list. These are just my personal rankings of how enjoyable the projects are to me. So don't drag me for a placement thinking I mean that project is bad. If you want to drag me for ranking one album above another, I won't stop you, that's fine. But just acknowledge that I think the project is good first.
I'm just getting started, securing my assets.
A lot of interesting concepts were explored in this album to varying degrees of success. I found this album very enjoyable. If I was to criticize something, I would say her writing game could have definitely been better. I felt that with some of the songs, she really touched surface level. She could have delved deeper with more nuanced writing. But overall, it's still an enjoyable project. My favorite songs are Good Time featuring Thames, Corner featuring Evangelist and the Cavemen, and Bites the Dust.
Money, solve it. I got a problem. Too many options. I paid a lot.
The Iwa is obviously one of the most talented artists in Nigeria right now, and it shows in this project. Beautiful delivery over smooth beats, compromising rap, R&B, and Afrofusion. With this project, however, it is the more bolder songs that pick my interest, and I would like to see him attempt more experimental songs out of his comfort zone. I'm more than happy with this project though. My favorite songs are Healing, Bon Appetit featuring IDK, and Soul Session.
You want something new? I said free your mind. She's a whole mood. I'm a pure vibe. Killer with the flow. She killing with the wine.
Nigerian rap legends, Ghosts and Tech, known together as Show Them Camp, are next on this list with the Palm Wine Express, an album that combines Afrofusion, high life, R&B, and obviously rap. There's a lot of great rapping to go around on this album. Ghost and Tech are on top form, but even with the rapping, this album is so vibey, like the soundtrack to An Amazing Beach Day. My favorite songs are In Case featuring Wani, Good Time featuring Fumbi and Osamadi, and Too Bad featuring Amari and Thames. Next, we're taken to The Cave by The Cavemen, the album Roots. High level as a music genre is woven into the history of Nigeria, and on this album, The Cavemen express properly, from the more upbeat sounds to the more somber tunes. With stellar production and well-constructed rhythms, this album really goes above and beyond to deliver. Props to The Cavemen for keeping high life thriving and relevant in the current Nigerian music space. My favorite songs are Bolo Bolo, Beautiful Rain, and Oyema Uche.
You know, try for me. They do cry for me. My mama want me, I'm out.
Next, we have Love Is War by Pretty Boy D.O. Pretty Boy commands your attention with one of the most unique voices in the game. And the production on this album complements this well, with banging beats and very bold song directions, mixing rap, trap, Afrofusion, and R&B. Song after song, you are treated to stand out rapping, delivered with so much confidence that you can't help but sing along. My favorite songs are Belly of the Beast featuring Nisi, Kumbayi / Sidemen Interlude, and Trust Issues.
It is with you, I know. My body, they like
The pioneers themselves, Tizzy, Budge, and Fresh L, collectively known as DR Villas Giddy, are next to the aptly named album, Pioneers, blending Afrobeats and rap superbly with hard-hitting and interesting beats. DR Villas Giddy blew me with their ultra-consistent performances, delivering witty, vibey verses across this project. All the features also delivered amazing performances throughout. My favorite songs are Kasala featuring Pretty Boy Dio, Salty featuring Santi and Missing 25, and Shomo featuring Olamide.
Do you have what it takes to be my baby? If you wanna waste
Sweetness and EP by Obongeja and Saz had only 4 songs. But these 4 songs, bro, all bangers. Genuinely, I don't know how to define the production on this album. It's authentically Afrobeat, but it sounds futuristic as well. The drums bang, the beats are insane, and Obongeja comes through flexing a variety of impressive flows, deliveries, and vocal inflections. I just wish it was longer. My favorite songs are all the songs. Odunsi The Engine's Rare is the next entry on this list and the first entry on the classics category. I genuinely think this is the happiest album ever. Every song, the fast dance tracks, the slower R&B cuts, the rap style tracks, and the Afro tracks just make me smile so much. Odunsi's songcrafting is phenomenal here, and he writes this song so masterfully. His voice is suiting when it needs to be, and is more vibrant when it needs to be. You can tell how much Odunsi loves life, the way he expresses himself here, talking about his friends, family, and relationships. Even songs like Take a Break, which would be a heartbreak song, still makes you feel glad to be able to be alive to experience things, however good and bad. The vibe is supplemented perfectly by impeccable production throughout the project, and I think this album definitely belongs at the top of albums not only in Alté but in Nigerian history. My favorite songs are Angel featuring Duensha, Outcast, Wanted You, and Star Sign featuring Runtown.
Talk, but talk is cheap. We not need favor from no one but God.
Amari has a unique spot on this list, as she's the only non-Nigerian here. But you simply can't write the story of Alté without Amari, and that's why The Angel You Don't Know by Amari is the next entry on this list. Amari can probably sing over static noise and make it sound good, but she goes above and beyond on this album with an incredible variation of impressive production across this project, combining pop, rock, and Afro, and bringing it to life with her voice. Bro, her voice. Man, it's so ethereal. She doesn't rest on her laurels though, as each song is well written and structured. The feature that's also impressive on this, all of them perfectly complementing the vibe of the songs they are on. This album sounds like the soundtrack to the best party ever, and like something you dance alone in your bedroom to at the same time. My favorite songs are Fantasy featuring Siki and Misu, Leave Me Alone, Celine featuring King Steel and 6, and 3 AM.
feeling I wanna that get sparky. Bang chica with the darky. I don't step back that get sparky.
When I was younger, I didn't have any phone, so the only way I could listen to music was through the radio or anything I heard on Trace and MTV. One day I heard a song on the radio that I loved so much, but I had no way of finding the song ever again. The chorus of that song stuck with me for years, but I couldn't find the song, no matter how much I tried. Until one day, I was in my room and I heard the chorus from the living room. Bro, the way I ran to the TV, I eagerly waited for the end of the music video, and it turned out to be Rapid Fire by Santi. Why am I telling you this story? I don't know actually. What I do know is that Monday the Jungle by Santi is undoubtedly one of the greatest albums ever created. Santi raps and sings in so many styles and inflections, and he pairs it with beats that just fit so well. Where do I even start with the genres mixed in this project? Pop, rap, Afrobeat, reggaeton, psychedelic rock. He combines everything into his own thing, and he makes timeless song after timeless song. This isn't even getting into his witty and creative writing. Some of the lines in this album are so clever, and you think you have heard one of the best performances. Then in the very next song, he just outdoes himself. When you combine impeccable, exciting production to an incredible singing and rapping voice, a variety of various stellar flows and delivery, one of the best pens in the game, you get Monday in the Jungle. My favorite song will change almost every time, but I'll settle on Montclair, Mavlana featuring Tiwa, Rapid Fire featuring Amari, Shin Igu, and Tommy Agib, Dime in the Winter, and RX64 featuring Christine.
So after listening to all these projects, I should have a pretty rough idea of what the Alté sound is. The problem is that none of these projects sound alike in any way. But I still don't know how to define Alté as a music genre. At this point, I was getting more and more confused, and I asked some people to define Alté, and out of all the helpful answers I got, some of them really stuck with me. The first person said an Alté artist is an underground artist. The second person said Alté as a genre refers to music that typically can be placed in any genre instinctively. I agree with these two definitions somewhat, but there are obvious exceptions in both cases. For the first one, Portable would never have been considered Alté before it got famous. And on the other hand, Thames has had multiple Billboard Top 10 entries, and she's still considered Alté in a lot of articles I read. And for the second opinion, TZ and Show Them Cap are rappers who are considered Alté. The Cavemen make high life music and are considered Alté. A common factor that people say Alté artists share though are rich parents. A prominent artist is literally called Ajay. As crazy as this sounds, I feel like it's very close to the truth. A lot of artists in the Alté space schooled outside the country, and because of their close proximity, physically and maybe class-wise, they were able to collaborate on musical projects, defining genre as we know it. I don't think this is enough to define Alté Sha, if I'm being honest, because music itself has nothing to do with any perceived social status. You can make the argument that the exposure to other cultures, particularly the more liberal cultures of the West, radicalize them into having bolder fashion styles and more experimental music choices. And that is actually a great argument. But you have to acknowledge that there were a lot of people who were exposed to the exact same things and they were radicalized anyway. So you bring us back to the question, how do you define Alté music? The reason why defining Alté as a music genre will always make you draw blanks is because Alté as a music genre is nothing without Alté as a movement. The movement that started out as a way to go against Nigerian societal norms has no defined aesthetic or sound. It's just a group of people expressing themselves freely outside the confines of the lines everybody is expected to conform to. And the music is exactly that. Whether it's rap or rock or high life or trap, whatever they want to do, you can consider it Alté. The influence of Alté in current Nigeria climate is very unignorable. You can look at artists like, Rema, Omale, Thames, Victoni, Bloody Civilian. These are artists that are very experimental, they can sing, variety of styles, variety of flows, they're not really generally mainstream. But you can see these songs, listening to, at least being on charts. 10 years, 15 years ago, this would have never happened. There was variety, don't get me wrong, but the variety is controlled variety. You can't just go and sing something that nobody else is singing. You will not go anywhere. You won't go anywhere. But in this current climate, now you can do it. And I feel like this is because of all the artists that have paved the way. Not only in music, but in fashion too. People now dress more bold, you can wear more variety of styles, not just in Nigerian entertainment industry, in general fashion. At this point, I will argue that the influence of Alté is so crazy that you can look at somebody now and you can't really distinguish whether this person is dressed as an Alté person or is dressed as a normal swagged out person. It is so crazy to see this now because I remember back in 2019, 2018, I wouldn't say I was a fan of Alté, but I was not a hater of Alté. I was just saw it as something that existed. And people were so critical towards it. They were like, this music is trash. The fashion style is trash. It's never going to make it. It's never whatever. The hate was there. And people no one wants to understand it. Like, I get hating or something. Like, me, a person, I not really listen to it. So I can't really, I don't say anything about it because I don't say this about it I don't listen to. But people will not listen to it and they will just start hating, which is crazy. But now, it is more accepted now in Nigerian mainstream, which is good, which is fine. But you also now begs the question, what is now the point of Alté now? So what do I mean by that? If everybody is now more experimental, everybody now sings more variety of styles or whatever, does Alté as a genre, does this still have a purpose in Nigeria? And the answer to me is yes, definitely it has a purpose. You can make the argument that, it does not have a purpose anymore because of I think people cannot be as experimental as how Nigerians are right now. But like, let's be real, Nigerians are more experimental. Yes, that's true. But the experimentalism of Nigerians is still, box in a box. You cannot do too much. You can do much, but you can't do too much. If you do too much, they'll be like, this is too much, and you cannot do that. So I still feel like Alté as a genre should exist to push those boundaries, to keep on pushing those boundaries. That, okay, this thing I see we cannot do, I'm going to do it. As far as it's okay, as far as it's fine, it's not harming anybody, I'm going to do it. And people might be critical at first, but again, people will criticize something they don't understand instead of trying to understand it, and that will not change anything. I don't really ask for subscriptions like that, but like a huge number of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So please, I beg, I'm laying down right now to speak. Please subscribe. Thank you very much, Dalu, Sheo. I don't really know Hausa and Urubu, Tiv. I don't know a lot of languages, but for all my homies that I don't know their languages, I'm sorry, but I'm also grateful for you subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching this video and bye-bye.